Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday, the 7th of July, 2016, and Friday the 8th. Typically, we do not do market previews Thursday night going into Fridays. That's definitely the case in the summer. We're just usually very uneventful as people are off on various vacations and whatnot. This has been a light week so far, the short week post 4th of July. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract daily chart. This is the proper way to look at the broad market. In daily form, this is the, you can see we bounced right off that 10 EMA. That's the blue line. That was the low today. So we opened fairly flat, little bit down, headed a little lower, came back up, and closed positive. Let's look at the various things that we follow, and then we'll talk about what's coming here. So here's crude oil up 82 cents back to 47.42. A couple more days up at some point. That could get a 13 sell signal. Gold new highs up $7.50 to 1366.20. S&P overall gained 11 points and change, basically closing at that 2100 level. NDX up 33.95 to 4444.70. It's a new closing high over the last 2 weeks or so. The SOX index was up $1, so that's really nothing there. Biotech's up 63. That's a new 2-week high as well. The VIX down 62 cents to 14.96. A low reading on the trend at 0.78, but the 10-day moving average remains at 1.07. Let's see, how far back is that one day? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 looks like 9 days back, maybe 8 days back was the big reading of 2.25. So when that one drops off the moving average, we'll see. But if we get a couple of readings over 1, that's not going to change the moving average much. NASDAQ volume 1.6 billion shares, almost 1.7, but it was 1.5 in the last minute. So the rest of that's all aftermarket printing or late market printing. It was really a light volume day. NASDAQ advanced decline ratio plus 713. Means there were 713 more stocks up than down on the NASDAQ. New York side plus 855. Google gained 4 points to 708.97. Apple gained 54 cents to 95.53. Amazon up $9.51. New closing high on Amazon. Rich nailed that today. Got a big winner off of that for our stock traders. We had a good futures day as well. Netflix down 331 to 94.60. And that's about that. All right, let's take a look at the intraday action. Here's 5-minute candles. Again, you can see a little gap down. And then it was pretty wobbly for the first hour and a half, very choppy, and the volume was light. So it headed down, then came back up, swept the highs, back down to sweep the lows, curled back up, went up to fill the gap, and then just drifted the rest of the day upwards. Still have a gap to fill from the prior, from Friday. We may get there tomorrow, potentially. NASDAQ side, about the same, gap down, came up to fill, moved back down a bit, and then a little bit stronger out of that next push. That's where Facebook and Amazon really worked for us. On that, we had kind of a mixed day in the stock side. And that's about it. What do we have to look forward to for the next 2 days and also for the week ahead next week? We'll get a little brief preview of that. So we've got Challenger job cuts tomorrow, Thursday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, ADP employment change, initial and continuing jobless claims an hour before the bell, natty gas an hour in, crude oil inventories at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That's because of the holiday on Monday. It was not out on Wednesday. And then Friday, we got the big one, unemployment rate with non-farm payroll an hour before the bell, and then that's it. So everybody heads out for the weekend. So probably the first 2 hours on Friday. Hopefully a better action on Thursday than what we've been seeing, so we can get a little more accomplished. And then just to give you a quick preview of next week in advance, remember, we're in summer doldrums at this point. There could be movement in July as some of the big money starts to get things going for the second half of the year. It can happen at any point here. But you never know. Other than that, outside of that possibility, it's people on vacation and tends to be a little bit lighter volume. Things will start to pick up in August. But next week is already, because July 1st was a Friday, next week is already options expiration. So the 15th is the monthly expiration for July. Wednesday will be the possibility of the options unraveling move. We've got stuff like CPI, Fed Base Book, PPI, next week, along with business inventories, industrial production, capacity utilization. So a lot more going on next week and that options expiration. It isn't a triple expiration, so it's not going to be as big of a move. The summer ones might not be that interesting, but maybe it will give us something clean Wednesday or Thursday. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal 12. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, now's a great time to do so. We'll help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great rest of your trading week, and we will talk to you over the weekend.